from inside, they move the ball. And I think I feel a bit proud of my player because I think that we play against this big team very good, concentrate, even missing free throws or with no good average in three-pointers. But I think that we made a good shot.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Eloy, do you have an opening statement for the press conference, please?
Well, I think so. We played really good for 35 minutes. I think so. We ran out of gas. Like in the last 5 minutes, I know they are a pretty good team, but like, see, we can keep doing play for 40 minutes. I think so. We could have had them. I think so. Like we came out real strong. I think so. We played really hard, and like Coach said, like they are a really good team, and we were missing a lot of free throws. They were making every shot. They had high percentage in 3-point and free throw, and we were missing every free throw almost.
Okay, we'll open the floor now for questions for both Coach and for Eloy. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay, that will conclude the first section of our press conference. Thanks very much, Coach. Thank you, Eloy.
Thank you.
Okay, before we start the second half of our press conference, can I just remind you that all mobile phones need to be off. The English conference will be solely in English. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We will get a microphone to you, and can you state your name, media outlet, and the country from which you're from. So welcome back to the second half of our press conference after the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 second round Group L game between Australia and the Dominican Republic. Australia won this one 82-76 in a tough game. Coach Lemanis, have you got your thoughts with regards to today's game?
Always good to firstly come away with a win. We always knew it was going to be a tough game for a couple of reasons. Firstly, just the way that the Dominican Republic play. Like they play an aggressive style of basketball and they get after you and make moving offensively difficult at times. And the other reality is, as we understand playing through this new format, is they were playing for their World Cup survival tonight. And there's a desperation that comes with that, just as when we played Senegal in the first round. So I thought we did a decent job absorbing that. Perhaps we had some looks that we would normally make that we missed. But when you go through the stats, I mean, we shot at 55% from the field, 33 from 3-point line. We had 30 assists, which is pretty damn amazing. On what did we make? 30 of 35. So every basket was assisted. Is that what they're saying? That would appear so, which is pretty impressive. And the one that stands out is the 16 turnovers is the negative. And so, if you say 10 or 11 is kind of normal, then perhaps the game's a little bit bigger in score differential. But again, credit to the Dominican Republic for getting after us and perhaps putting us on our back foot at times and us trying to make some plays that weren't there at times. But again, proud of our guys, the way we fought through it, found a way to get to 4-0.
Thanks very much, Coach. Jock, could you give us your thoughts on the game as I've caught you about to have a drink?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. We just came out. I don't think that we were mentally there in the first half, and I think we dug ourselves a little bit of a hole there, even though we were up. And I think that the boys really rallied together, and a lot of the guys off the bench picked up the slack. I think Mitch Creek was huge, and so was Nick Kay again. He's been massive for us the whole tournament. So. We just stuck with what we knew, kept kind of chipping away, and came out with the win. I think that we did a great job of getting the shots that we wanted, and I thought that we were solid on defense. Had a few lapses here and there, and just got to keep guys off the glass. I think. They had 6 offensive rebounds in the first half, and in the second half they had 0. So I think we did a pretty good job there in the second half. But that's something we got to come out and just do from the get-go. So. All in all, I think we all know that it was just an okay performance, and we've got stuff to build on, but I think we'll be ready when the time comes.
That's great. Thanks very much. Are there any questions for either Coach or Jock?
Hi, Coach. Dennis from Tencent. So talking about Andrew Bogut, he had, I think, his best game during this tournament in terms of all-round performance. So speaking of those negative reactions from the audience every time Andrew Bogut touches the ball, do you think Andrew has used that as a motivation for his game?
You'll have to speak to Andrew about that. I know he's the ultimate professional, and his ability to impact us in a positive manner is substantial, and it's interesting. It's when he played. In the NBL in our local league for the first time last year, and people were asking, is he the MVP of the league? And I was like, damn right, he's the MVP of the league, because if you understand the game, the way he influences the game is significant. And like the Sydney Kings went from the worst effective field goal percentage defensive team in the league to the best, with majority of players being the same, and adding Andrew Bogut. He just, does such a great job talking defensively, understanding rotations and help situations, and obviously a great rim protector. And offensively, he's such a great passer. Like he gets other guys open, gets them looks, understands how he's being played and how that translates into opportunities for his teammates. So we appreciate what he does for this group. We're thankful to have him, and we enjoy the way he plays.
Okay, any more questions? This one over here, please.
Coach, Coach Matt Logue from the Telegraph.
Matt Logue from the Telegraph.
I just wanted to ask about, obviously at stages through the game, it looked like the guys were getting frustrated, whether it be decisions or... Is that, how are you able to overcome that? Is that something that you need to be conscious of and manage moving forward?
I mean, I think it's just one of those games where, again, it's, you know, it's sort of right there, and we expected perhaps the floodgates to open a little bit, and they didn't, and some of it was a result of some choices that we made, perhaps looking to short circuit a little bit. I thought the ball stuck there at times, and, you know, again, that led to 16 turnovers. Is going to be frustrating at different times as well, particularly when you feel like you can just build a little bit of momentum. We get a stop, here we go, oh damn, we just turn it over, because everybody's trying to do the right thing. Everybody wants to do the right thing, and you know, they're a competitive group, which is what part of what makes this a good basketball team is guys want to do well, we want to win, and yeah, we want to perform at our optimum all the time.
Any other questions? That gentleman there, the one at the front, thanks.
Hello, for Coach. I'm Yann Nona from newspaper L'Équipe. Two quick questions. One about France and what you expect for the last game against them. And the other one about Joe Ingles. Just to talk a bit about him, because even when he doesn't score, he always does a lot of things. Why is he so precious and valuable to your team?
So, I mean, obviously France are a very good basketball team. It's a matchup we look forward to. They're long and athletic. They're good defensively. They execute offensively very well, well drilled, well coached. In many ways, I guess we see them playing a lot like ourselves in the way that they share the ball and the way that they hang their head at hang their hat on the defensive end. And again, I think there's some good learnings for us tonight in terms of playing against aggressive defenders, aggressive athletic defenders, to come out of tonight's game that we need to be better at on what's that, Monday. And yeah, I mean, everybody, again, if you understand basketball, you understand what the positive impacts that Joe Ingles has on a game, and you know, it's funny. It's been just interesting watching his rise, I guess, through his career, and people often talk about Joe, and then it's like, oh, once he's on your team, they're like, geez, Joe's really good. Like, he makes a pass, he understands offenses, he can play the point, he can play off the ball. He's long, he's athletic, he can rebound, he can, you know, reads well defensively, and like all of our guys, he's prepared to play in the best interest of the team. He doesn't care if he doesn't care if he doesn't score a point. He's the one in the huddles talking about how we're being played, and so let's run this cut, let's run that cut. I'll come off this, I'll get you a look. He's always like, he's got a great basketball IQ, and he's using that again for the good of the team. And it's never to get him a score; it's to get the team a score. And we're really fortunate again to have a group of guys who are like that. It's not about, you know, it's not about the individual. Everyone's wholly committed to playing in the best interest of the team.
Okay, we'll have one last question. Yep, this gentleman down here.
Hey, Olga Noluch, Fox Sports Australia. Jock, you know, you guys had a good game against Lithuania. Again, that was a really big front line. You're going up against France. Obviously, Rudy is someone who everyone's going to look at as, you know, the big man deterrent for you guys. You know, what's your mindset and the kind of the big men's mindset going into that sort of matchup?
I mean, I think for that, it's just like it's a team coverage, it's a team game. We understand that we each have each other's backs, and I mean, that was our mindset going into the game against Lithuania. I think, you know, they had two quality bigs in Sabonis and Valanciunas, and Bainesy and Bogut did a great job of handling Valanciunas, and I think Nick Kay and the other four men did a pretty good job of handling Sabonis. So I think that, you know, we can't help each other out there. You know, we're not always stuck on the same kind of matchup, and as the game goes on, you know, it's obvious that, you know, the point guards and the guards help us out as well. I don't think that there's any, you know, difference in how we approach the game compared to the other guards or, you know, other big men. It's just we go into each game with the same mindset, and that is we need to win. So going up against him, he's a hell of a shot blocker, obviously, and I think we understand that, you know, it's going to be tough to finish around the rim, but it's not going to deter our effort to try and make that happen, and I'm sure the coaching staff will figure out ways that we can kind of pull him out of the paint a little bit. So, yeah, you know, we're just going to go into that game with the exact same mindset as Lithuania or today or every other game.
Okay, that's great. Thanks very much, Coach. Thanks, Jock. That concludes our post-game press conference. Thank you very much.